Why does the friend zone exist?
For losers who are meant to be there.
The concept of the friend zone has become all too familiar for many good-hearted men. So, imagine you meet someone you really click with, someone you genuinely enjoy spending time with. You put in the effort to get to know them, to make them laugh, to be there for them when they need support. But somewhere along the line, you start catching feelings, the racing heartbeat whenever they're around. You think maybe there's something more there, something worth exploring. You finally muster up the courage to tell them how you feel, only to hear those dreaded words. I see you as a friend. It's like a punch to the gut, leaving you feeling rejected and confused. You poured your heart into this connection, only to be relegated to the sidelines. We all know it. We've all been there, whether we want to admit it or not. It's that awkward space where one person wants more than just friendship, but the other is like, let's just be friends. It's like being stuck, and it's not fun for anyone involved. It's a frustrating reality that often leaves these men wondering what they did wrong, and why their intentions are not seen as desirable. What's more heartbreaking is when these same women turn to these good men for emotional support and companionship, only to pursue relationships with others who may not treat them with the same level of care and respect. But the funny thing is now, you're in the friend zone, right? You've accepted your fate, resigned to being the supportive friend who's always there, but never quite the main character. But then, out of nowhere, the person who put you there suddenly starts seeing you in a whole new light. It's like a switch flips in their brain, and all those feelings they didn't even know they had come rushing to the surface. Now, this might sound like something straight out of a movie, but it happens more often than you think. Sometimes, it takes being in the friend zone for someone to realize what they had right in front of them all along. It's like they finally see you for who you are, not just a friend, but someone they could have something real with. There is a scenario that is often overlooked: the regret some girls feel for not dating the guy who was once in the friend zone. You've got this guy who's been there for her through thick and thin, always ready with a listening ear and a shoulder to lean on. She values his friendship, but she never quite considered him as anything more than that. Yet, as time goes by, she starts to see him in a different light. She notices the little things he does, the way he cares for her, and suddenly, she's hit with a pang of regret. She realizes that she may have overlooked something special right in front of her all this time. But here's the thing. Sometimes, it's too little, too late. By the time she realizes her feelings, he's moved on, found someone who appreciates him in ways she never did. She may try to express her newfound interest, to show him that she's finally ready to take a chance on him, but he's already found happiness elsewhere. It's a tough pill to swallow for her, knowing that she let someone special slip away because she couldn't see it sooner.
I recently was going on dates with a man, and nice guy, good guy, treated me well. But once I realized that he was not my husband, because I'm only looking for husband energy at the moment, I ended things with him and I sent him a text, because like it wasn't that serious, you know, I didn't feel like I needed to do it in person. Anyways, I sent him a text, told him that I didn't see it going any further, and he agreed. He said that he didn't think that he could make me happy. And while I appreciate that, it was a very kind response, he didn't even try.
But some other guys, they just never get out of the friend zone. So, what gives? Why do some guys get stuck in the friend zone while others make a clean break and move on? Well, it all comes down to one thing: value. That's right, knowing your worth and not settling for anything less. You see, there was a girl who realized that the guy she was dating, who has been her friend all along, just didn't have that husband energy she was looking for. So, she cut him loose. No hard feelings. But here's where it gets juicy. Instead of begging for another chance or trying to win her back, he just agreed. Yeah, you heard me right. He was like, cool, no worries. See, our girl was expecting a grand gesture, some big display of affection to prove his love for her. But when he didn't deliver, she was left feeling, well, a little disappointed. When someone rejects you, it's like they're holding all the cards, right? But when they agree with your decision, it's like they're taking back control. And that's exactly what happened here. Our girl thought she had the upper hand, but when he didn't beg for another chance, it shifted the power dynamic completely. And that's the thing about the friend zone. It's like a game of cat and mouse, with one person constantly chasing and the other just out of reach. But what happens when the mouse stops running? When they decide they're worth more than just being someone's backup plan? Well, the comment section of this instance we just gave went crazy. One person hit the nail on the head when they said, "You don't know what you've got until you lose it." It's like when you take something for granted, but once it's gone, you start seeing it in a whole new light. It's a harsh reality check, but it's one we've all experienced at some point.
The text reads, "When you stop talking to your guy's best friend out of respect of their relationship. Wondering if I dodged a bullet or just lost the love of my life."
Now, on the idea of having a male best friend while in a relationship. Some people think it's no big deal, but it can cause some serious issues. Having a backup plan ready to go if things don't work out in your relationship? That's a recipe for disaster. It's like you're not fully committed to your partner, and that's not fair to either of you. Now, there are different opinions from guys on this, and with all the feels, we can tell it's a very touchy subject. One person talks about trusting their girlfriend despite their reservations about her guy friend. It's a tricky situation, but it's all about finding that balance between trust and self-preservation. And hey, if things go south, at least he's prepared to walk away with his head held high. And then there's the comment about being the male best friend waiting on the sidelines for her to become single. It's a harsh truth, but sometimes we have to face reality. If you're just waiting around for someone who's already taken, you're only setting yourself up for disappointment. It takes two to tango, as they say, and if she's not interested, it's time to move on. One guy spills his guts about his worst nightmare, finding out his ex-girl ended up with her so-called just a friend after their breakup. And you know what? He's not alone. Lots of guys out there break into a cold sweat at the thought of their partner cozying up to their best bud, especially the one they claimed there was absolutely nothing between them. And then there's the text about stopping communication with your partner's best friend out of respect for their relationship. This hits close to home for a lot of people. It's like walking a tightrope between trust and suspicion. On one hand, you want to trust your partner, but on the other hand, you can't shake that feeling of unease. It's a tough spot to be in, and there are no easy answers.
You guys in a relationship?
Yeah. No.
Oh. Okay, well,
You say yeah, you
We're
say
talking,
no.
We are not in a relationship. No.
Okay, I guess we're not.
Miscommunication here.
No. Perfect communication. He's actually just an acquaintance. I only recently met him 2 weeks ago.
It was love at first sight, but she's shy. She needs time to build into it. That's what I think.
No, I don't.
Why does the friend zone exist?
For losers who are meant to be there.
Would you say he's in the friend zone?
Yes, I do have a boyfriend.
Oh, you do have a
Yes,
boyfriend.
not him.
Just because there's a goalie doesn't mean you can't score.
Now, many think that most guys get stuck in the friend zone because of low self-esteem. It's a real puzzler, but unfortunately, it's all too common. Many guys struggle with confidence issues, which can lead them to fall into the trap of what some call being a simp. They'll bend over backward just to get a sliver of attention from the women they're interested in, even if it means waiting around forever. But here's the thing. A guy needs to know his own worth. When he does, he can spot these games from a mile away and gracefully bow out before things get messy. Knowing she's in a relationship and staying, hoping she'll give you some attention, suggests you are playing the long game while she's reaping all the rewards. It's like a chess match, with her as the grandmaster and you as a pawn hoping for a lucky break. She's getting everything she wants out of this situation while you are left hanging, dreaming of a future that might never happen. It's a classic power dynamic, with one person holding all the cards while the other's left hoping for a lucky break. But here's the thing. Relationships should be about mutual respect and understanding, not one person taking advantage of the other. Now, on to the last comment. She has a man, but she's hanging out with him? It's a valid question, but I think there's more to it than meets the eye. You see, it's all part of the game she's playing. She's keeping this guy in the friend zone, giving him just enough to keep him hooked while she enjoys the perks of their friendship. But here's the thing. She needs to consider her partner's feelings in all of this. Building a backup list while you're in a committed relationship? That's a recipe for disaster. When a guy finds himself in the friend zone, it can feel really terrible. He might have strong feelings for the girl, but realizes she only sees him as a friend. This can hurt his confidence and make him doubt himself. He wonders why she doesn't feel the same way about him and may feel stuck, unsure of what to do next. For the girl, keeping a guy in the friend zone might seem like an easy solution for getting attention and support without any romantic commitment. However, it can also be unfair to the guy. He might be giving a lot of his time and emotions to her, hoping for something more in return. This can create tension and confusion in their friendship, making it difficult for both of them to truly connect on a deeper level. But let's flip the script for a second. Being in the friend zone isn't always a bad thing. Sure, it might sting at first, but it can also be an opportunity for growth. You learn to value the connection you have with this person, even if it's not romantic. You appreciate the bond you've built, the laughs shared, the memories made. And hey, who's to say that things can't change in the future? Sometimes, feelings evolve over time, and what starts as friendship can blossom into something more. But here's the key. It's important to respect boundaries and not pressure someone into a relationship they're not ready for. So, how can a guy get out of the friend zone? One approach is to have an honest conversation with the girl about his feelings. He can express how he truly feels and ask her if she sees the potential for something more between them. If she doesn't feel the same way, it's important for him to accept her decision and focus on moving forward. This might mean taking some space to heal and find someone who appreciates him for who he is. It's not easy, but sometimes letting go is the best way to find happiness. Alright guys, we've come to the end of this video, and if you enjoyed it, do well to click on the like and subscribe buttons. Don't forget to check other videos on our playlist. We've got some amazing contents for you. See you in our next video.